Fabian Devereux is the founding director of Grainwise, and it's been good to chat with you in the past, Fabian. We haven't caught up since harvest concluded in the northwest of Victoria. How did we go there?
Yeah, look, Ricky, it was a great harvest, exceeded expectations, and a lot of growers are very happy with the result that they received. A lot of the grain went APW or better, so not a hell of a lot of stock feed wheat, which the market was sort of predicting to be.
Yeah, and that's good news. I think last time we spoke, there was a few wrinkles in the forwards that maybe we might be having a quality downgrade with a bit of moisture when we didn't want it, but she all came up aces. That's
it. There was definitely a fair bit of worry there.
And so how did we go on the pricing front as well? I know not all of it's gone to where it's, going to end up at this stage, but were farmers generally happy with what they're getting for the grain as well?
Yeah, for sure. So at harvest time, we did see a premium in the market for that APW H2 at the start of harvest, which was quite good. A lot of guys did, get a bit of grain into the system and jump onto those opportunities, and also jump onto some of those opportunities for it delivered after harvest out till, delivery period out till now. Obviously, because harvest is well and truly been done and completed. We are seeing the market drop away a little bit. The spreads between protein wheat and feed wheat have really closed up. You're looking at $12 a tonne from H2 to SFW1, so that spread is really closed up, which is traditionally quite low.
And Fabian, look, there's been this grain corridor deal between Ukraine and Russia, or the international authorities. Is it 60 days, 120 days? I'm not entirely sure myself.
Yeah, so there is a fair bit of talk about that at the moment, and we'll see in the next few days whether that'll open up to the 120. Currently it is at the 60 days. But there has been also talks that Putin has asked the Russian wheat exporters to slow down on exports as well. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens there, as he seems to escalate with the war. Looks like he's trying to hold some stocks back into the country. I think the next thing after that could be whether he does put an export ban on out of Russia and just for needing that for food sources.
Yes, because I think it was Russia was saying 60 days, Ukraine was saying 120, and while that's contested military space, what Russia says could be what goes.
Could be.
Fabian, I do recall just in the lead-up and during the harvest, you were concerned on the lentil front about, I think it was containers and whether they'd be available. How did we end up going there?
The lentils, we haven't really noticed too much on the containers at the moment. There is a few boats that are being moved out of Portland, so that is happening. The lentil quality in the northern Mallee and in SA Mallee wasn't that great. As you head further south, the quality did get better. And we have got some of those lentils starting to move now, which is good.
It sure is. And I guess when it comes to what expectations are, what people are planting, you got your ear to the ground there. Any indicators which way things might be moving, with whether farmers might pivot in a different direction for the next season?
The year that we just had behind us, there was quite a lot of lentils planted and less barley. The wheat stayed the same. I think going into this season, we'll probably see lentils to probably come off a little bit, and barley to be a little bit more. And that's more so just agronomical reasons instead of market prices, that they'll continue to do that.
Yeah, I guess that's about replenishing soil or nitrogen or something. I don't understand it terribly well myself, but it's about that sort of thing.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it is, just replenishing those soils for sure.
And I guess maybe a little bit of a hope that possibly China might get a little bit cooler towards us about letting the barley get in, and you might end up coming up trumps when it all comes off the paddock.
Yeah, so there is talks that later in April that might be a possibility. So cross our fingers and watch this space, I think.
We certainly will, and it's good to watch this space with you, Fabian, from Grainwise. Thanks for joining us today on Flow as we just have a closer look at what's going on in Victoria's northwest.
Thanks, Ricky.